Hey, it's Rob at EMPI. Next dealer visit, guess what? Wright Gearbox, Riverside, California. Oh man, this place does a lot of stuff. Let's have a look. Ready? All right, let's see what's going on here at Wright.
We do a lot of other stuff other than just transmissions. A lot of people don't know that because Gearbox is the name.
Sure. I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. So we've been doing this for. I've been doing this with my dad since I was in high school. I've been doing it for close to 40 years now.
Wow.
My dad used to own a VW shop here in Riverside, Rick's Classic VW, that we serviced the community for over 20 years.
Yeah.
He has since retired and sold off the business, and I kind of took on doing the gearbox end of it and started it literally out of my garage, and then moved into a little shop, a little bigger shop, a bigger shop, and now we're here.
That's cool.
How about we go take a look, see what we got here?
All right, let's go. Hey Rick, I put my money in this candy machine, but nothing came out.
No, definitely not a candy machine, but
man, I thought
it is eye candy.
I thought gumballs for sure. All right, this is beautiful. Tell me about this baby.
This is a motor that I was actually building for my own personal car. 2275, fuel injected, turbocharged.
Wow.
It's got an EMPI frame, EMPI case, EMPI sheet metal. But yeah, this is a motor I was building for my own personal car and haven't had time to finish putting it in.
Okay.
So it's kind of sitting.
So, newsflash, Wright Gearbox and cool motors. Rick, I see a lot of bitch and race transmissions. Can you show us what you do with those?
Yeah, no problem. Let's take a walk over here.
All right.
This would actually be all customers' transmissions that are tore down.
Wow.
Ready for reassembly and inspection.
Great.
This is a transmission here that we're assembling right now. This is a customer's tranny that goes into a sandcar that has roughly around 1,000 horsepower. So
what's over here? A big V8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, guy's got a big supercharged LSA motor. Yep.
So you said about 40 years of experience. So just a rough guess, how many transaxles in total have you gone through?
Pretty much figure I do about 3 a day, 5 days a week.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know, a lot.
All right, math alert, get on there, let us know what that number is because it's very large. So that's very impressive. All right, so turn around on something like this, the guy shows up, hey, I got a race in, 10 days, 2 weeks. I'm sure they give you that much time at least, right?
Some guys try to.
Right.
Okay. We have had rushes and stuff like that, but typically turnaround time, we try to keep it around the 2 to 3 week mark, depending on parts.
Wow.
Parts, as everybody knows, has been really hard to get.
Right. Okay. So switching gears from a bad boy like this in 1,000 horsepower, let's have a look at what you do with Volkswagen transaxles.
Not a problem.
Cool.
So this is actually a transmission that's going together right now. This is going to be a stock rebuild for one of our dealers. This is Sean that's doing the assembly on it and stuff like that.
Sean, I understand you build lots of high performance transaxles for Volkswagens. Tell me more.
We sure do. We build everything from pro streets for your everyday street car to drag racing trannies to even like class 11 stuff, which is super popular. You never know what day of the week we could be doing a class 11. We could be doing a pro street. We could be doing a drag car tranny. The choice is yours.
Okay. We want to come back and see you build one. Will you do that for us?
Sure. Tell us what you want. Maybe we'll do a pro street for you guys, for the street guys, and maybe if you're lucky, we'll throw in a class 11 tranny for all you off-road loving guys and all you future builders and stuff like that, and we'll make something happen.
That's awesome. Thank you, Sean. Hey, you heard it. Stay tuned for episode 2 and 2.1, where Sean is going to build us a pro street and or a class 11, I guess, depending on what mood he's in that day. All right, Rick, so turnkey motors, that's a big deal. Not everybody's into that. Tell me why, tell me how.
We basically only build turnkeys. We start every engine. We run minimum 1 gallon of gas through every engine before it ships. Because I want to make sure that when you get your motor, you can install it and you're not calling me with a problem and you don't have a problem.
Yep, that's a good philosophy. So from a general, like, flavors of motors, right? So dual carb, it's a sweet setup, love this exhaust, that's nice work. Tell me about what kinds of motors you like to build or you're good at building.
So, I mean, Pretty much we build anything. We build anything, but I try to build what the customer wants or what fits his application.
Okay.
I build anywhere from a big motor like this, a 2386 that makes 200 horsepower,
Beautiful.
to a 1776 with a brand new 34 pick EMPI carb and stuff like that that's going to go into a Carmen Ghia.
Okay.
Both of these motors get shipped to Florida.
Okay.
These are both going for restoration cars out to Florida.
Okay.
And they're both 1776s with stock carburetors on them.
So pretty much pretty close to stock, pretty close to 200 horsepower, you said? Anywhere in between. We saw the big turbo motor, so you EFI, carbs, single, dual, whatever flavor. You talk to the customer, you get what their goal is, what they're going to do with the car and the motor, and then you say, hey, you know what, I think this is going to fit your application.
100%. That's
awesome.
That's what we strive at here at Wright Gearbox to do. I want the customer to be happy, and I want the customer to enjoy driving his Volkswagen again.
Sure. Yep.
You know, if he wants it as a street strip car and go out and do some burnouts,
Sure.
Okay. If you want to jump in it and drive to the beach or drive to Las Vegas from here,
Yep.
you're good to go.
Okay, Rick, I gotta know, when did you guys rebuild the Dalai Lama's transaxle?
So this is a brand new transmission going in an off-road sand car. The customer wanted it fully polished. He's fully polishing the engine, fully polished the transmission. I mean, it's a lot of money and a lot of upkeep. It sure does look pretty.
So
A little more work than I want to do.
It's not the Dalai Lama's transaxle.
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
No,
Oh, man,
it's not.
I thought for sure I could see the robes blowing on the dunes at Glamis. All right, well, thanks for setting me straight. I appreciate that.
Not a problem.
Oh man, I'll have one of these. I'll have one of these. I'll have one of these. Rick, what's going on here?
So this is basically, we have some transmissions built, done, ready to ship, in stock, just so that if a customer is in a hurry or they need it ASAP,
Sure.
we try to help them out.
You pull it off the shelf, say this will fit, this will do the work.
Yep.
All right. So cores and things like that. Yes, no.
So everything is on an exchange basis.
Okay.
Typically, when we're shipping a transmission, we'll box it up, charge them a core charge. We ship the transmission out to them.
Okay.
They will take the old tranny, put it back in the same box,
Sure.
seal it up, and ship the old core back and get refunded.
Okay. And I think you mentioned earlier you're shipping all over the world.
Yes, we ship everywhere. I pretty much ship anywhere that you need it. I've sent to Taiwan, I've sent to Bali, I've sent anywhere. As far as engines and transmissions, wherever your destination, we can send it.
Wow, that's spectacular. Our international friends, you in Brazil, Germany, France, Netherlands, Wright Gearbox, they got you covered.
This is a car that we actually picked up from a guy. He had already had it painted, and then basically stopped the project, ran out of money,
Yeah.
didn't want to finish it.
Sure.
So we've been doing the final assembly on it, stuff like that. The pan has been completely powder coated, detailed.
Yep.
We built a brand new transmission, EMPI Rhino case,
Beautiful.
EMPI race axles,
Yes, please.
the EMPI Kafer bar.
Yep.
But yeah, we've been building this. It's basically done, ready for an engine. We just haven't had time to put the engine in it.
Yeah, to say there's a lot of room here. It seems like there
yeah.
should be something in there.
I've got a couple of different motors that I was
Okay.
trying to decide which one to put in it. So
Tough choice, huh?
Yeah.
All right. And just to ask the question, IRS, swing, you're agnostic. You'll build whatever?
Oh, build whatever.
Okay.
I work on all cars.
Yep.
As far as any air-cooled VW.
Got it.
I am strictly an air-cooled guy, but yeah, we build motors, trannies, bay windows, anything you want.
Let's say a project is stuck, right? We want to get Volkswagens back on the road. Rick wants to get Volkswagens back on the road. Somebody gives you a call, you kind of talk them through it. From the moment it rolls into the shop, if it's like a full basket case, how long on average would you have it for?
Typically, for me, the biggest thing is dealing with body and paint guys.
Yep.
That's usually your longest process. That's why we don't do with body and paint.
Okay.
We can pretty much do everything else on the car. Brakes, wiring, motors, transmissions,
Yep.
full restoration, rehabilitation, whatever, whatever you want,
Okay.
except body and paint.
Gotcha.
if basically I get a car back from body and paint, we can typically have it done within about 4 to 6 months from top to bottom.
That's a pretty quick turn these days.
Yeah.
And there's some EMPI parts in there probably?
Oh, there's a lot of EMPI parts in there.
Warming my heart, thank you, thank you. All right, so this looks like one of these you just talked about where somebody brought you a bus that looks like it's pretty fresh body paint. What's next?
So yeah, the customer had just picked us up from the body shop, just had it painted. We have now detailed the undercarriage, painted it. The motor and trans is built, basically ready to install. Next week we're going to be doing the installation and getting this finished for the customer, running and driving, and then it'll go to the interior shop so he can finish the bus.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So again, getting Volkswagens back on the road, I'm glad that that you support our initiative and we support yours.
Awesome. That's what we want. We're tired of these cars sitting in, you know, garages, stuff like that. It's time to get them out and drive them and, you know, have fun with them again.
Yeah, I think that's really critical. A lot of people forget what it's like to drive their Volkswagen. I know that sounds hard to believe, but when a car's been sitting in a garage for a decade, that's not uncommon, right?
Oh.
Hey, my family had this car, it's been sitting, we didn't know what to do. The fact that Rick and his team's ready to pick up the phone and talk to you, I think that's very important. Rick, what is the phone number, by the way?
Our phone number here at the shop is 951-372-0404. And I pretty much answer it. You'll be talking to me. I'm open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I'm typically here on Saturdays by appointment.
Okay. And it seems like the Instagram machine is one of the ways that you talk about motors and transaxles as for sale. So your handle is?
My handle on Instagram is _Gearbox. And we post all of our projects we're doing. We post engines and transmissions for sale. We post customer stuff that we're building and just keep everybody up to date and see what's going on.
So do me a favor, do Rick a favor, please follow them on Instagram. There's some very, very cool stuff he posts. The engines alone are worth taking a moment just to enjoy those. So please follow them on Instagram.